Raven-Symone Simon, and I am a certified financial counselor and soon to be a certified financial therapist. I run a financial counseling service called Lacuna, and I'm also a CPA, and I run an accounting firm called Simon Accounting Services. I wanted to get into financial coaching because I was in debt myself. I actually paid off $220,000 of debt in 18 months. And so after almost being homeless because I couldn't get approved for an apartment, I was like, okay, I need to do something. And that is why I also became a financial therapist, because a lot of times people say, well, if we know better, we'll do better. And that's not true. Because if you know, in my introduction, I'm a CPA, I'm a financial counselor, and I was still in debt. It's either one of two things. Either we are really horrible with money and we have no type of financial literacy at all, or we're actually afraid of money. So that comes to, a lot of Black women now are entrepreneurs. They're making 6-7 figures, as well as the men. And then some of them are just like, I'm just afraid to do anything with it. And then again, you have the other people who was kind of like me. We were in debt, not knowing how to budget our money. So it's just one or the other. Some tips I can give to anyone looking to save or invest. The first thing is financial literacy. So either take a quick course or read a quick book. It doesn't have to be costly, to just make sure you understand the basics, right? And then when you're starting to save, make sure you understand your money and your money situation. So knowing what's coming in your home and what's actually going out of your home, down to the penny, right? A lot of times we like to round up, right? But if Netflix is $9.99, you need to put $9.99 and not $10 in your budget, because you want to account for every single penny going in and out your home. And then after you figure out all of that, you can now see what you actually have available to start saving. And you can fund your emergency fund, you can fund vacations or a big purchase fund, and then you can also start investing. With investing, I do say knowledge is key, and to start very slow. Some financial implications of addictions: a lot of loss of income, a lot of past due bills, and then a lot of bad credit because you have the past due bills. So buying a pack of cigarettes a day or even a week, that can almost equate to 10% of your income for that week or even for that month. So a lot of times when you have an addiction that you can't stop, that is also costly, you see people also, having bills get past due because they want to pay for their addiction. So growing up, both of my parents actually smoked cigarettes. My mom later on actually stopped. She broke the habit. But because my mom smoked cigarettes, when I was born with asthma. So for the first 3 weeks of my life, I was in an incubator. And with most other babies, that's when they're being coddled, that's where they're being held, because they just enter this world, right? And then they have no idea what's going on. But for me, I was in this tank, and I could only feel any type of human interaction by this little small opening in the incubator. Now, of course, I don't remember any of that per se, but as I got older, I noticed that I do not crave human interaction. So for weeks, I could be by myself in my home with no problem. So during the pandemic, when we were in isolation, I was totally fine. But as I got older, that started to affect a lot of relationships. And what actually brought my awareness to it was my therapist. So just from my mom smoking, and I think that when she saw the effect on me, that's when she actually stopped smoking. But because my mom and my dad smoked, my sister and my brother also picked up the habit of smoking as well. So my sister ended up having to kick the habit when she developed diabetes. And that was one of the things that the doctors told her kind of exacerbated it. So she had to go through the whole process of quitting as well. So I've seen firsthand 2 people actually quit the habit. I think quit culture is needed in the Black community, mainly because of resources and knowledge. So just being aware of what smoking can do to you, what it can do to your family, what it can do to your income, I think that'll help a lot of people maybe make different decisions. And then also just having a support system, right? With any type of addiction, whether that's clothing, whether that's travel, whatever it is, you need a support system. It's really hard to do it by yourself. Everybody's journey is different. Like I said before, my mom kind of went cold turkey with smoking, but my sister had to ease her way out of it. So it went from a pack a day to 2 or 3 cigarettes a day to 2 or 3 cigarettes a week to twice a month to really not at all. So just not comparing your journey to anyone else's and making sure that you know your why for your journey, right? And because at any time, if the journey gets hard, you can always go back to your why and it'll help push you forward. So that's my inspiration.